Welcome back, everyone. I'm Denis Saripov, one of the RS School coordinators on this course, and today we're gonna overview the week number 4. So in this week, you'll have few topics to learn. As you see, the first one is CSS Flexbox and CSS grids. So the main purpose of this week to learn how to make HTML, how to use HTML and CSS and create layouts. And the first topic is Flexbox. Shortly, Flexbox used a lot, I would say, to create beautiful layouts and just structurize your layout. And here you can find the information why you need this Flexbox technology, and you can find educational materials here to learn how to use it, and optional materials if it's not enough of educational materials, you can learn more. And also, you're gonna learn CSS Grid. I would say it's almost the same. It's modern way to create layouts. And here you can also find educational materials and optional materials. So for this week, you're gonna learn how to create layouts using Flexbox and grid system. And it's important to invest your time to learn these technologies during this week because you're gonna use it during the whole course and during your working process when you get the job. So let's discuss the task that you have. So you're gonna have the Christmas shop task. We have here 3 parts of this task, and for today's week, you're gonna start the first part. You have enough time to complete this task. You have 2 weeks to complete this task, and pay more attention to use Flexbox and grid systems because it's important to learn how to use these things. And during the next parts, you're gonna make this Christmas shop more beautiful and using another technologies. So let's overview the first part. I think it's better to look at it at Figma. So here in Figma you have style guide and you have design of this Christmas shop. So you need to implement 2 pages. The first one is you can see on the screen. So you need to create layout of this page. Focus only on this frame. You need to create the frame with 1430 pixels and don't look at these frames just because it's for the next weeks. So you need to create this page here, as you see, different sections, and everything should be static. You should use only HTML and CSS. And we have criteria to get this part. You have, as I said, you have 2 weeks to implement this. And you should focus more on how to create layouts and learn best practice to make it responsible in the next weeks. So you have this frame here, the first page, and you have another page here that you need to implement during these 2 weeks. We have here few buttons, for example, gifts, about best contacts. When you press gifts, you open another page that you need to implement too. And when you're pressing about best and context, the page should be scrolled to some sections on this page. All these criteria you can find on this GitHub page. So check your solution properly. You can check all the criteria here. So it's the task that you have to implement, and as I said, you have 2 weeks, you have enough time, so it's better to invest time in understanding Flexbox system and grid systems because you are gonna work with that project for next, I would say, months. All right, and also I need to mention that you're gonna have few tests, and you have cross-check review, the resume that you did before. It's important to say that you need to do cross-check for someone's students, otherwise you cannot get points for your CV that you submitted before. So if you implemented your CV and submitted but didn't do any cross-check, you're gonna have some. I would say you're gonna have 0 points for this task. So I think that's all about overview. Um, you should check this GitHub page and read everything. And if you have problems to download some assets from Figma, you should go here and download graphic materials. So just click here and download. And then you have zip archive with all the images that you need for this project. I think that's all what I need to overview today. I think you're gonna have a lot of questions and I'm ready to answer it now. Hi everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hi guys.
Hi.
There are not much questions yet in our chat.
Only greetings.
Yeah, only greetings. But guys, before we waiting your questions, one student asked me to encourage you don't postpone cross-check review to the deadline because from her experience, it slightly time-consuming task.
And also, I forgot to mention that you need to create your private repository and submit your task there. It should be private, and it's important to avoid some problems that you can have in the future. So it's better to keep private repository and submit it in RS app.
Guys, do you have any questions? It seems that it's pretty clear today. I can't believe.
Or maybe they are shocked with this.
Yeah,
Big
it might be
task.
shocked.
Okay, because we still don't have a question in our chat, maybe we can make clear some information. Oh, okay. Now we have. And the first questions. Sorry, could you please clarify the private repository part? Denise, can you answer it?
Yeah. For this task, you need to create your private repository, and you can read the task in GitHub. So you need to create your branch in this private repository where you're gonna create all the layout of this Christmas shop. And yeah, you're gonna submit this private repository in RS app. So I think that's all. You need a private repository to avoid some, I would say,
Cheating.
yeah, cheating.
Okay, guys, starting from this task, you should use only private repository. You can create it visiting dashboard in the REST app, and there you can find the button called Create Repository. Just press this button, and you will get information related that new repository is created, and you're able to use it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Denis. Thank you, Anna. Maybe we can move to the next question. And the next question goes from Alena. Should we give feedback about UI consistency? Guys, who can cover this information, cover this question?
I guess you can provide feedback related to UI if we are talking about CV task. Okay, you can provide information related to UI, get some useful links and so on, but you shouldn't reduce points. It's kind of recommendation from your side.
Thank you a lot.
And what about the current task? I mean, the new
Related to
task.
current task, it's absolutely different situation because we have a huge list with how to say, with requirements for each point, each pixel in your UI. And in this case, yes, you should reduce the points for each issue. But in order to CV task, it's not.
And by the way, we haven't mentioned that in the new task, you need to use Pixel Perfect. And maybe Denise can show you this.
Yeah. Excuse me, I forget about this part. So, can you see my screen? Can you help me, coordinators? Am I still
Yes.
sharing the screen?
Yes, you're sharing.
Yeah, you
All
share
right.
the screen.
Yeah. So you have Pixel Perfect plugin here for Google Chrome, and just to create exactly the same layout, you need some tools to check. Maybe you did something wrong. So that's why you need to install this plugin for your Chrome. You're going by this link and add extension here. And then you can use this extension like here. So you're adding your layers, and these layers gonna cover the page that you are developing. And here you can just check is it exactly the same layout that you're creating by that you see in Figma or not. So it's very helpful plugin, and I would say during your just basic days, working days, you're gonna use this thing sometimes. I would say maybe more often. I think someone could use it every day. So yeah, better to use Pixel Perfect during this task.
Thank you, Denise. I'm not quite sure about this question. What type of program should we use?
I guess what type, but I don't understand what program what program
Maybe the
author-
technologies. Maybe technologies like CSS and HTML.
Perhaps. Maxim, could you please provide more details about that related to this question?
Yeah, maybe it's about Figma. So you need to use your IDE, the platform where you're developing layouts. Maybe text node, textbook, maybe VS Code, maybe some JetBrains WebStorm, and Figma.
No. It's related to technologies. And related to technologies, if you open the task, you will see all requirements related, all restriction, what you should use, what you must not to use. And in a nutshell, you can use HTML, CSS, SAS, SCSS, but you shouldn't use any frameworks or libraries that provide you with the components and so on. So just possibility to try yourself to improve your knowledge related to HTML and some styles.
Yeah, I can show the requirements here. So in this Christmas shop, you have all the requirements, and you cannot use frameworks. You cannot use, for example, TypeScript, but you can use some CSS preprocessors as CSS. So I would say you're gonna use plain HTML, CSS, and maybe if you're interested, you can use some preprocessors and maybe some builders like Wit and Webpack. But mostly you should focus on the plain HTML and CSS and polish your ability to use Flagbox and grid systems.
Thank you guys for your answers. And the next question from the chat. A repo will be in dashboard, or we have to create our one? I can answer it. You can create this private repo from your app dashboard. You don't need to create it in your GitHub account, only from RSApp. Okay.
Small addition. If you create the account through the dashboard, this account has some additional config. That's why you will be able to see pull requests from your colleagues and so on. So in case you will use only your own private repository, it would be a difficulty with checking your task by your colleagues, I mean other students, or by coordinators. So please use only accounts that will be created by clicking Create Repository in the dashboard section.
Thank you, Anna, for clarification. And could you send in Telegram the link on GitHub with this Christmas task? I think I think no, but you can find all links in RSApp and in the GitHub in GitHub with on page with schedule.
Guys, no, because I would try to help you and to tell a small secret about how to find this link by yourself. If you open the score and you will see the name of task, Christmas Shop Part 1, and if you click on this name, you will be redirected to the task. So you no need to find this link. It's every time up to your hand.
And one more time, we have question about new repo, but maybe I can share. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, I think you can see it. Okay, on the dashboard page, you have this button, create a repository. And after you click this button, the repository will be created automatically. I think I answered your question. Okay, how to remove? Okay. Okay.
We have a question about Tailwind.
What about Tailwind? Can I use it in the project?
Yeah, I can answer. You cannot use any CSS frameworks, and I think Tailwind, we can say CSS framework. So it's better to polish your CSS skills, and it's better to use just plain CSS. So this time without Tailwind, please.
In case this library, it doesn't matter what exactly library, is not in the section you allowed to use, that means you must not to use this technology.
Yeah, we have this description in our GitHub repository about only Bootstrap. So I think we need to add it somewhere about Tailwind too.
Okay, thank you, guys. One more question from the chat. Show. How can I send my code when I do, for example, CV's task?
Yeah, you need to publish your layout by GitHub page deployment, and then just submit it for cross-check in RS app. And it's the same for Christmas shop task.
But pay attention, you are allowed to do it only before the deadline. After deadline, you will not be able to submit any task for review.
Thank you, guys, for your answers. And this one. Will we enter our GitHub link for cross-check, submit TV and HTML? I don't really know why you're asking about CV HTML, because the submit is already closed. But maybe this question about the next task, Denis, maybe you can answer it.
I think it's a question about the source code, and I don't, as I remember, they should also add the source code. But I think you can check the HTML on your CV just in browser. So I think it's enough on the deployment.
And that's all, guys. We don't have any questions. We covered all topics.
Yeah, Rak.
Yeah, one more question.
Yes, we have one more question. Can you explain the cross-check process to us? If there is an example account, could you provide a quick demonstration?
Unfortunately, I don't understand the question, guys. Perhaps you can explain me.
I think people want to find any example, maybe some visual or live sharing, exactly step by step how you do the cross-checking. So if can someone just do it, maybe now, it would be great. I would say. But as I remember, we don't have test accounts for live demonstrating the cross checking. But it's unclear for people how to do it properly.
Okay, currently we have known the example because we should ask the author to share the task, but I would appreciate it if you will ask to share something in advance. That's a way we will be prepared for your question and we will have some tasks to share. So today we are not able to share any work. Sorry.
Thank you. Hmm. Interesting question. Could you please show me the way to send the homework? There are a lot of ways to submit homework. It depends on the task. We have auto test. We have now at least at the stage one we have cross check submit. I mean cross check process, and on the stage 2 you also will have a mentors check.
All tasks, each task has a special section how to submit the task. And then you can find information what way this task should be submitted. For instance, the previous task, I mean CV, HTML, and CSS, should be submitted by 2 ways, and the information how to do it. I mean, how to submit through auto test and through the cross check. So please read one more time the task requirement and the section how to submit. By the way, unfortunately, you wouldn't be able to submit a CV because the deadline is met.
Thank you, Anna. Another interesting question goes from the chat. What source do you advise to learn CSS Flex and Grid? Which one should we learn first? What do we need to pay attention more during learning?
Yeah, I think I can answer this question and share the screen again. So here you have education materials in GitHub about CSS flags. Here you can learn why you need this flags box for what, and below you can find educational materials here. And I would say you can go to every education material here, and there is no way to, I would say, learn it properly by one day. I think as an experienced front-end developer, I'm going to say that every time you're going to learn something new, some details. So it's better to understand how it works and start to make the project, and or maybe your layout using Flexbox, and it's gonna help you how to use Flexbox properly, and maybe you can find any questions when you're completing some layout using Flexbox, and you're gonna go back to these materials and read it again to understand more. So I think that's the best strategy. And I would say you need to focus on things how to position elements. For example, you see even this GitHub page, how you can recreate it using Flexbox, or just open any, I would say, online editor and create your just few divs and try to position them using Flexbox. So just practice more and more and more and creating something.
Thank you, Denis, for your answer.
Yeah, I can also add what to pay attention on. So you should understand where to use flex boxes and where to use grid layout. And that is usually a main question on CSS and the interviews.
By the way, we have two suggestions from the chat. This application maybe can help you to understand Flex and Grid more, I think. Okay. And another one question from Ilona. Where can we see the reviews of our CV task? Is it in the cross-check or somewhere else? Trying to understand whether my reviewers are still not ready or I'm checking in the wrong place. Oh, I think maybe Anna can help us.
I hope yes. As soon as your reviewers complete the review your task and put all necessary comments and complete this action, you will see the result at the cross-check review section, and you would be able to communicate in case you not agree with the feedback or with the points and so on. You can communicate with the person. Of course, most case you will not know the name because basically people prefer to be anonymous, but you can add your comment and give the feedback from the other side. But don't worry if you get the feedback at the very last moment before the deadline. I'm not agree with the person who prefer to wait until the end of this process and do review at the last hour or last minute, but it's also okay. But if you have time and desire, please do review as soon as it's possible.
Thank you very much. And I think that's all for today.
No, we have one more question about CV HTML.
Ah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we have we already answered this question, but we have Ibrahim has added more details about this task. I'm already forget who answered this question. Guys, who can help?
If the question which link you need to share there, the link on your deployment. So you need to deploy your task using GitHub pages and submit this task in RS app. If the question about it.
Thank you, Denis. Can I pick anyone from the list to review? If we speak about can you review someone who you want, not the reviewers will be found automatically. if we speak about which work do you need to review in your review page, you should review all works from all students. I think I answered it. Regarding the cross-check review, should I base it on my opinions or strictly follow the review score guidelines? I think we should strictly follow the guidelines, and I've told it on our previous Q&A session that if we have some doubts to give points for students or to not, we should give. We always should stay on the side of the student. That's my point. Any questions, guys?
I think there would be a lot of questions in 1 week. So they have time to prepare.
Great. So, if there are no questions, there are no new questions, maybe we can finish our Q&A session. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I wish a good week for everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.